So hello everyone, I'm going to start off by putting on my foundation, making sure that it's all blended out on my forehead, on my hairline, down to my neck, making sure that there are no visible lines like you're wearing a mask. And the concealer that I'm putting on is from Maybelline Age Rewind. I'm going to put it under my eyes, and I'm putting it like a triangular shape, and I'm going to use this tulip brush and patting it in so that it is all blended out seamlessly. And I'm also going to put some on my forehead, on my T-zone, down to my nose line, and also the cupid's bow and chin. So you want to make sure that it's all blended out. So these are the high points of your face that you want to highlight when everything is all done. Now here, this is a contour kit, but we're going to use it as an eyeshadow base. So we're going to first put it above our crease, so everything will look like it's all blown out. So you want to make sure that you're putting it right above your crease, and we're going to use this as a transition shade. Here I'm using an angled brush, which is a little bit wider so that everything or the pigment can be spread all throughout above your lids. And here you're just gonna have to blend it. So the key here is blending. Next, we're going to get this tiny brush, and we're gonna get a darker shade, darker than the ones we used earlier. So we're making sure that we're putting it right into our crease and not above. And you're just making sure that those two colors blend well together without putting the dark color right above the crease. So that's my friend Javiana, and she's actually a makeup artist in my hometown, and she's quite talented, as a matter of fact. Now this, again, we're making sure that those two colors blend well together, and don't worry if there is a little bit of color right on our lid, because we're going to cover it anyway later with concealer. So next, we're going to get this smudging brush and getting some dark brown color, and we're putting it just right in the outer V of our eye. So you're making sure that you only put a little bit of color in there, because sometimes when you put dark colors in your eyes, it would look messy and it would look not uniformed. So you want to make sure that you just use a little bit at a time. Also, if the color is not enough for you, then you can definitely add some more color. Like I said earlier, you can add a little bit at a time, so you have to be careful when using dark colors. So it depends upon your preference. If you want to have a smoky look, then you can definitely add more. So next, I'm going to use a concealer, and this is a different concealer. This is a dewy concealer. It's very good for cut creasing, and it's also very good to put shimmer shadows on top if you want to accentuate that glitter shadow. This is the best concealer to use rather than using the Maybelline one, because it's a matte concealer. So this is the best for cut creasing. Now I'm using the Ellen Tracy eyeshadow palette, and as you can see, I'm just using a patting motion. So the reason for that is because you've already had put concealer beforehand, and if you're going to use a swiping motion, you're just gonna take it out. And here the key is just patting motion. So you want the pigment to stick on the concealer. And here I'm using another shade which is darker than the pink shade that I first used. And the reason why I used a darker shade is because you want the smoky dark brown shade you used earlier to blend out with a shimmer shade, which is a darker shimmer shade. so it would look also blended out all together. You see, that's my cousin. Her name is Glygen Faith, and she is a little bit curious in what I'm doing, so she also asked Javiana to do her makeup because she's also bored. Now, here what I'm doing is that I'm also putting a little bit of shadow right under my eyes because you want to tie the whole look up, so you have to do this because it will frame your eyes, and also it will bring the look all together and complete. So here's a comparison with cut crease and without cut crease. So next I'm just going to put on some eyeliner, just a wing liner. I'm actually using a gel liner. So I think a gel liner is a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit difficult to use because sometimes gel liners can tend to dry out, and if they do, you need to use some oil to soften it all up. Next, to set my face, I've used a Maybelline foundation. So you need to set your face because you've used some cream foundation, so you have to set all of that out. Next, we're going to contour using this palette that we used as an eyeshadow earlier. So this I'm going to use to contour my forehead, my cheeks, and my chin. Next, we're going to use some highlighter on the same palette. So we're going to use this one. So it's actually a very light highlighter. So I like putting highlighters on the tip of my nose. And also I put it on the cheekbones, and sometimes I put it on a little bit of my forehead. So you want to go light-handed on the highlighter, especially if you're going out on the day, because you don't want to look too greasy or too shiny. So just a little bit also, but again, it goes with your preference. But for me, I like to use a little bit on the day, and I like to pack it up at night. So yeah, we're almost done, and this is a very simple makeup tutorial which you can wear at a party. And if you want me to do more tutorials, just comment down below. And these are just sample pictures of what we did earlier. And yeah, thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!